In this video we show you how to boot up and set up your Huawei Ascend G300 for the first time. So this assumes that you've taken the device out of the box, inserted the battery into the battery slot under the back cover, and you're powering on for the first time. You need to press and hold on the power button on the top of the device for a couple of seconds. You'll see something come on screen and feel a vibration. Now this boot up will take longer because it is the first time setup, and we can configure things such as our network connection, our wireless connection, and adding Google accounts. Because this is a Google Android device, we have the option to sign in, and that is advisable to get full functionality from this phone. So first time boot, you will get this screen. We don't actually have a SIM card inserted in here, but if we did, we could make an emergency call. To come out of that, you can press the back button and you'll be taken to the screen here again. You have the option to change the language if the default language is not your preferred language. Now the options may depend on where you've sourced your device from. You can either select one of the languages or go back by pressing the back key here. To proceed with the setup, you need to click the green Android figure. So we're being given the option to connect to Wi-Fi here because we're in range of a wireless network. You can skip this, you can go back, or you can connect to the Wi-Fi. We're going to connect to the Wi-Fi. So we click the connect to Wi-Fi button, and it's searching for networks in range. You'll see some have got padlocks, which mean they're secured and need a password, whilst others have no padlocks, and you can simply connect to these. You can go back. We're going to connect to a network, and this is a network with a password. So to connect, we need to put in our password, which we're going to do now. Once you've entered your password, you can click connect, and the device will go off and connect to your network. If there's a problem, it'll come back and tell you, and you then have the option to forget it or modify it. So here we can see we're connected. So if I was to press and hold on it, I've got the option to forget or modify the settings if there was a problem. But I can press the back button to come out of that, and because we're connected to the network now, we've got the next icon. It's going to ask us, do we have a Google account? Because this is a Google Android device, it's advisable to have a Google account to get maximum functionality from it. But you have the option to completely skip this, and you can add a Google account at a later date. If you already have one, you can sign in here. If you don't, you can create one from the phone. You will need an internet connection to do this. So if you're not connected to Wi-Fi and you've got no SIM card installed, then you won't be able to do it. If you have no Wi-Fi but you have a SIM card, you need to ensure you've got a data plan on the SIM card to avoid any unnecessary costs. So it's entirely up to you, but you can add it at a later date. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to sign into a Google account. So we've entered our information and we click sign in, and it'll go through and it'll connect to the Google services, and it's made a connection. Then it asks whether we wish to proceed, and you can either agree or disagree by checking these boxes with the next step. Click next. Would you like to back up and restore your account? It's advisable to do that to give you maximum functionality and speed and efficiency on the device, but it's entirely up to you. Click next. So we've now linked the Google account to this phone, and we can click finish setup. We can then set the date and the time, so this can work off your network if you choose by ticking or unticking the box. If you untick it, you then have the option to manually adjust the time. So we can go through the menu system like so to find the time that applies to you. You can choose whether you want 24-hour format or not. You can select the date format as well. The options are available to you. Then click next. and you'll be booted into the home screen on the Huawei Ascend G300 that you can then go on to customize and use how you choose. That's the first boot up for the Ascend G300.